What's up, you guys? I got James with me today. It's hard to pull his ass in here.
I'll be busy, so I got to do my man things, right? No, I'm just joking.
Yes. So, hello, Stefan. How are you?
What's up?
Bella, what's up, girl? Misery Loves Company. Hi, what's up? So if you are new here, I would like for you to subscribe to my channel. Why? Because we are one of the best dating shows on the YouTube channel, even though we are small, but we are growing.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. Also, if you are new here, please like this video. Like this video, you guys. We are going to get into a topic that is pretty much, I haven't heard of this before, dating contract. If you guys know what that is, please put a gem, a diamond, a gem in the chat. I am using the gem as my symbol, you guys. I've been trying to figure out what symbol I was going to use, but I have finalized on a gem because I be dropping gems, you guys. I be dropping gems. So please drop a gem in the chat. You think I'm corny. Nah, but no, for real. If you have ever heard of a dating contract, drop a gem in the chat. But yes, you guys. So we're going to get into that topic. That is something that there's couples that actually do that today. And I think that is pretty interesting. So I have a couple which they've been on here before individually. They've been on here individually before, and I want to have them introduce the type of dating contract they decided to get into and see if it's working out. So yes, we are gonna get into it.
And they real, y'all. We met them in real life, so they legit. They're good people. You know, we got good Southern brother. You know, what I'm saying, like myself. You know, what I mean, we got one from Baltimore. Baltimore a little reckless, but she was cool. So she was.
Yeah,
I know she gonna get me for that, but.
Yes, definitely great people. We had a chance to go out to eat with them at a vegan restaurant, which was amazing. So yes, you guys, they have been on here before. I know you've seen them, Michelle and King Smith. So let me introduce them. Bring them up. Oh, sorry, you guys. Here we go. All right. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
We are good. We are good. Someone says a what? What up, D?
Oh, we gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we are. But pause. Can we take a moment, James? I'm sorry. What you say, Bubba? What you say? What you say? They're a little
reckless. Place I've been to,
Oh, okay. That's what I thought I heard. But sometimes in the back the audio be a little bit different. So I just wanted to check.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Empress? Hi, how are you doing? It's a pleasure for you to be here. Bella has heard of this. She has heard of it.
Okay.
Nice.
Empress asks, is it similar to a NDA?
Not quite, man, but we'll get into it.
We're gonna get into it. Yeah, not quite. So what's up, Eugene? How are you? What up? He says hi, James.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yes. Jay, how are you? Thanks for being here. Thanks so much. Yes.
Appreciate it.
All right. So yeah. We are gonna talk about it. So what we believe a dating contract is used for, or why couples use it. We believe that it's because of heartbreak. In this day and age, a lot of people suffer from heartbreak.
I have some type of protection, and what was the last thing we said? We did this right before we got on live, y'all. So no, I'll joke. But yeah, it was like, so heartbreak. So, I know I went through my stuff in the past. So it sounded good to me when I heard it. I was like, okay, that's not that bad, but it was,
and transparency.
Oh yeah. So you kind of put everything on the front line, because most time people just talk about it, and then later on you be like, well, we didn't have that conversation. No, yes we did. It's right here.
Bingo.
So that's what we kind of got from it. So what are y'all guys? What made y'all want to write one up?
Okay, so Michelle and I met through a mutual friend, and when we initially met, I was attracted to her. It was evident, but before I even met her, I told the mutual friend who was trying to set us up that knew her, knew me, and the mutual friend had reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're having a game night. There's this lady. I think you'll like her." I said, "Hey, look, I'm not really looking. I don't like to be set up like that. I ain't doing it. But if you're having a game night, I'm for that because I like being sociable." So I made that clear. She tried to point her out to me to her social media stuff. I said, "No, I don't want to know because I ain't coming up for that." But a couple of days was in there, and curiosity got the best of me. And when I saw her online presence, I said, "Oh, okay. I like what I see." And she had a website and everything, so I checked her out like that. And I'm like, all right, well, if she's there and she's cool in person, that's one thing, but I'm still not really trying to find somebody like that, So we met up. We had the game night, and when she said I'm about to leave, I looked at her and said, "All right, nice to meet you," and she walked out the door.
Oh my gosh! So you didn't even give her a chance. You said she looked good, but I'm good. I'm out.
Yeah, she looked good, smelled good, very attractive, all of that. But I didn't want to, take a move on anything because I wasn't trying to do anything with her like that.
You come off so pushy, you kind of be a little patient, you know what I mean, check the wall. You don't want to be like all in the face, please, please.
But
accept
then
me.
that means he could have gotten her number. How do you just let her walk?
Oh, so let's talk about how he did get my number.
Okay.
So I'm outside and I'm standing in my car and I'm like, yo really didn't come outside and like walk me outside. So I called the person who hosted the game night, our mutual friend, and I was like, so I'm interested, but he's still sitting outside. I mean, he's still sitting inside. Can you send him outside? And she sent him outside. He came outside. He had taken his shoes off in the house. So he's outside in this person's driveway, no shoes on, just his socks on. And
we do it.
I see. I'm learning. So he's outside and we're just talking and we exchanged numbers, and we chat a little bit. And I think from there he said that he wanted to just talk, just have a phone conversation or something. So we scheduled because I'm team Android. So we scheduled a Google Meet and we sat 2 days later, we sat on for probably about an hour, maybe?
Roughly. Yeah,
about a good hour. We just sat and video chatted with one another and got to know each other then, and scheduled our first outing. And there's a reason why I call it an outing, but we scheduled our first outing for that Saturday.
Let me go back and clear up one thing though. When she called the friend, I don't know how she worded it to the friend, but that mutual friend did ask me. She said, "Hey, were you interested in her?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's attractive." I'm like, but I told the mutual friend, I said, I didn't want to pursue anything or give her the wrong thing by asking for her number right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So then she said, "Well, if you're interested, she's outside." I said, "Huh, all right. Well, let me get up, go outside, and chat more with her." So I did make the decision to walk out there Southern, with just my socks on and kind of further that conversation. And I might have mentioned a little bit about that too, as to why I didn't ask for her number. It wasn't that I wasn't interested. She's gorgeous. I wasn't in a place that I was looking for that. So I didn't want to take those steps to go that route. But then you can ask, "Hey, so how are y'all? Where y'all at today?" If that's how you started, King.
I'm going right back to the beginning. So if she did not say nothing to you and you let this gorgeous, good woman walk past, how do you think you was going to get in contact with her?
I wouldn't have.
You would?
I would have gone on about my life.
Hey.
All right, see, this is how some people stay single, doing that. Men and women, they'll let a good person walk past because they're not ready. You could, I can't say you're never ready. I think mentally, I feel that you have to be ready. Like what you're saying, you wasn't mentally there. But sometimes, you don't have to push on a relationship. It could have just been you guys was talking for, casually until you was ready. Because how many people are walking past the one that they should be with if you just think about what you did?
Yeah, and see too, let me add this. From what I gathered online, I thought she was interesting, smart, intelligent, and things besides her looks. Mm-hmm. So if at a bare minimum, if she was interested in at least getting to know each other, with the way I am too, like how I was with y'all, I like networking and things like that. So at least at a minimum, I was like, okay, I think she's a great person to know and network with. She was working on her higher education. I had just finished mine. She had actually already had one graduate degree already. I had just finished mine. She's doing things in the community. I was kind of doing similar things as well. So at a minimum, I was like, all right, well, we can get to know each other on that front. But let me be clear, I ain't trying to get that dating life in.
I hear you. Bella says, I can hear it all in her accents. That Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. And James, you can't say the T in Baltimore. You got to say Baltimore. I had to learn.
Baltimore.
I'm so proud of him, though. So proud of him.
Eugene says, I have seen many husband and wives do shows together. Yes. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
We got to have a lot more, That's what's up. Eugene also says, perhaps it has been a while since I have seen a husband and wife do a show together.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm country.
It is a good look. Y'all do look good together. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Y'all too. He said that's how men roll.
Yeah.
I think he was talking about with the socks.
Yeah,
or-
walking out. Yeah. We gotta be in line with Earth. You know, we got
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
I think that was a Floridian thing. You ever been to Florida or stayed there and noticed what people walking outside with these socks?
Mm-hmm.
JT says you two were deliberate, which is good. Nice. What Bella says? What interesting. JT says everyone else is such a
in a rush.
rush nowadays.
Facts.
That's true.
That's true.
That is very true. Melanated Lux, what's up, girl? He says, hi, Lady Di, panelists in chat. I hope everyone is doing well.
Hello.
Yes, D, thank you. All right, so now we have a few questions for you guys.
Okay.
Sure.
So why did you two decide to take this route with the dating contract?
Do you mind if I go?
Go.
Okay. So we started to talk very often, go out and do things together. And
Every weekend.
I knew early on that I enjoyed my time around her. But like I said, I wasn't really trying to put a label on anything.
Yeah.
I also had these short and long-term goals that did not include her in it. And as I was thinking things through, I'm like, well, if you're going to do something, you're going to have to kind of weave that person, be considerate of the things that's going on in their lives too. Yeah. And I had been married. I don't know if the people watching know that. I was married at 20, divorced at 34. So I was married for 14 years. I'm 38 now. And I had been dating a little bit after I had gotten divorced. And what I should have been doing during that time instead of dating is focusing on me. It took me a while, therapy and some other stuff to really be deliberate about my life and turn things around. And it was when I stepped away from focusing on other people and focusing on myself, that's when my whole life started skyrocketing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and 14 years is a long time.
Yeah.
14 years is very long, bro. So yeah, he was somebody for like, because that's basically half your life. Because you say you got together with 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Married
so,
at 20.
Yeah. So that's basically almost half your life. And now you come with that split, and then now you kind of got to reinvent it, like kind of get back out there, and the dating market's changed.
It changed a whole lot, man. I got reintroduced to the dating apps, all of that jazz. I had met some pretty cool people, but when I go back and evaluate myself, I had work to do. So when her and I came into each other's path, and we started hanging out a lot more, I'm just going to be real about one thing. I was telling one of my homeboys about her and things like that. And he was the one that brought up, hey, why don't you have a dating contract? And I'm like,
oh, so it's a friend. Okay.
So it wasn't my idea originally.
Yeah.
It was my homeboy who we do content as well online called TDG, The Dating Game. I have to throw that plug in there real quick. And it was his idea that kind of sparked the conversation. And I'm going to tell y'all the benefit that I got. Okay. I said, if anything, if we can work on the terms together and we can agree on those terms, I get somebody who I know isn't in it to use me, which is something I was afraid of. Yeah. Isn't in it to get something and extract from me, that I could grow and do my things without fear of anything. And then we also had this contract that we could use to say, hey, you know, this is what we talked about. If these terms aren't hit or whatever, then one of us can just go, yeah, I'm out. And there was no misinterpretation about what was said because it was covered in the contract. So my homie was the one that brought it up to me. And then as we started to kind of get to know each other, I was encouraging her to go out and meet people because I'm like, look, I might not be the one for you. Yeah. But when that crossed my mind, I brought it to her to see what she would say about it. And we talked about it in the car, and then we gathered to write the terms of what it would be.
Well, that's good.
So y'all put the contract in together, like, I want this and this and that, and said, okay, and sign off on it? That's how you guys, okay, wow, I like that.
Literally.
Literally.
So I love the way he tells it. Of course, as a woman, I see things a little bit differently. I'm gonna tell my
You have the floor.
I'm gonna tell my version of what happened. So after our first outing, because everything before we were dating is considered an outing. Two friends go on outings. We went on the outing every week. And we watched TNF Thursday Night Football together every single week.
Nice.
Big football fan. He's a former football. He played in high school. He still plays flag football. I just enjoy watching it. So we watched it together every single Thursday night. And we would hang out every single week, like probably in addition to that, we hung out every single weekend.
Yep.
Wow.
So I decided, based on a conversation that I had with a friend, I decided to join Hinge. And I joined Hinge on a Sunday. And I connected with someone and he wanted to go out. So I said, okay, let's go out. Let's go out for coffee. He wanted to go out for dinner. I said, I don't know you. I'm kind of getting reintroduced to everything. So I'm going to say, let's go out for coffee. Go out for coffee. As soon as I'm leaving that date with that person, I called King and I was like, oh my gosh, I had to tell you about this date. So King was sitting in a parking lot at a grocery store because he needed to go in and go grocery shopping. And I'm talking to him for the whole 30-minute drive back up to the county where we live. And I was like, okay, where are you? And he told me, and I was like, all right, I'm coming. So I come, I park my car, I go and I sit in his car because he's still just sitting there at this point. And we're talking, I'm telling him about the date. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what's going on with this dating market. Maybe just things aren't looking right for me. And then we have that conversation based on what his friend had mentioned to him. Mm-hmm. And literally for the next 2 days, we worked on what we wanted the dating contract to be. He sent me something and I added to it. We worked through it. We agreed on it.
They got it notarized.
Well, actually, I am a notary.
Funny. She's a notary.
I am a notary, and yes, I can't notarize my own stuff, but I'm just saying we're good. So we signed it, and then after we signed it, we literally went on our first date that same day, maybe like 5 minutes after we signed.
Wow.
That's when we went on our first date.
So blink 2 times that the second date was better than the first one. No.
James be cracking me up. James be cracking me up.
He
wasn't blinking.
But what's interesting is that let's see, Michelle, you were okay with it. Like, who brought it up first? I'm sorry. Was it King that brought it? So
friend.
Right. Mm-hmm. You got it from a friend and then you brought it up to her. But imagine like just saying it to any person. You think they would just be like, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then too, I probably even said, hey, look, I don't think that this is the most romantic thing. I am a logical guy, extremely logical, but a contract kind of made sense for me, especially as somebody that had been married before. I think that, in my marriage, a lot of things got miscommunicated, assumption of things that were said. And look, I don't have like the best memory. You tell me something, it might be in one ear, not the other ear. And then a day later, it's like, yeah, I told you that yesterday. I'd be like, no, you didn't. And then that's causing arguments. So for me, my big thing was communication. It's hard when you're looking at something that's written to disprove that. So when I was thinking about the contract, I wanted to think about terms. I wanted to think about time. I wanted to put all of that stuff together, and we massaged it over about 2 days until we both agreed on it.
Y'all can get nasty with this contract. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, like
y'all can be like, if you break this contract, you get 2 spanking or something.
Hey, oh. Okay, James, I like the way you think, brother.
Look, here it is.
You're gonna have to do some amendments.
It's all right. You can edit this right now. Here you go.
James is jumping the gun. We was gonna get to that part, but we gonna go back to that in a minute. Bella is asking what was in it. So we could get into that a little later too. If you just want to share just a few, you can guys share all of it unless you want to, but we're gonna get into that question as well. Melanie Lex says, this is a good topic. I just got here. Yeah, you never know. You know, whoever feels that they need one, you could get one. Hopefully that whoever you ask is going to say yes, because that's what I was figuring. I don't know how many people would say yes to that. JC says, sheesh, a scheduled contract has a lot of commitment for casual dating.
Hey, they serious. They try, you know.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm 38, man, and a lot of the stress and strife that I occurred from dating came from misunderstandings. And for as much as I like to think that I'm clear, sometimes I can recognize times that I wasn't. So for me, I'm like, if I'm going to do something, I want to make sure that things are clearly understood.
Yes.
And then for me, I like things in black and white. So it did sound weird. I'm not going to lie. It 1000% sounded weird, but it made so much sense to me because I'm like, it's right there. One of the issues that I've had with being in previous relationships was that I had an expectation of what the relationship was going to be like, how he was going to be in the relationship, and it didn't happen. I kind of lived up to what I thought I was going to do, but he wasn't living up to that. With us having a dating contract, we were both on the same page as to what we were expecting from one another. And I can confidently say, I think we've exceeded what we expected from one another. And we're still growing. We're still learning every day. But we both had something that we wanted to get out of this time period. And because we had something that we wanted to get out of it, we were more intentional. And the contract is it's like another accountability partner, essentially. It's not like people hear contract and they get like, oh my gosh, like signing and, signing your life away thing. It's another accountability partner.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it. I'm on IG Live right now. Hi, for Aries. So someone asked, doesn't that propose transparency?
Presuppose transparency.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so that was literally something that we put in there that we wanted to be intentional. And, as Precious says, we wanted to be honest, we wanted to be open, and we wanted to be transparent with one another. And that's something that I think as people we would have done anyway. But the contract, again, how about we stop saying contract and just say like our other accountability partner? Because that's essentially what it is. It's just something we
like
sign.
that.
I don't like that.
I like contract better. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. I said the same thing. I'm like, hey, straight up, I don't like that.
I was looking at your eyes. You was like, yeah, no, we're going to say contract.
In the South, the less words, the best. The less words, the best.
I don't have a poker face either.
He does.
I see that.
You're going to be able to read my face.
Gosh, he does.
I read it all. You had it all there. What up, Red Lipstick? How are you doing? What up? What up? Z says, that's dope. I like how y'all both came up with the contract. Yeah. I like, because it makes it like you guys are definitely going to stay committed to it because you both put into it. And that's how I believe relationships should work anyway, is both doing their part. Red Lipstick says, very interesting. I mean, she said it's interesting. I'm just being extra. Okay, we're going to get into that, Bella. We're going to get into it. Let's see. What's up? It's Party Line. What up? What up? So, yes. Okay. Melanie Lux said that last highlighted comment has to be from a person that is not in the DMV.
I have to think about which one the one she highlighted.
It was a while ago.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Sorry, Melanie.
She also says, Lady Di always has great content. I'm sure this topic will hit the mark for what you are interested in. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Bella Ring says, I think the concept is fire. It sets expectations up front and it can be referred back to. Yeah, that's true. I think people would take dating more seriously if they had one.
Yeah. I'm starting mine right now.
All right, y'all. I'm sorry. So he says, example, if they're not honorable, it is for nothing.
Yes. And I mean, that's the point, because you can use that to go back to it. So it gives you a point of reference for the things that you've discussed. And if you're not honorable, that's right. But you can hold that person's foot to the fire, not just say something about that person and then they're like, like you've got me wrong. It's like, oh no, it's right here.
Yeah. That's kind of like with business too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of times, like, you know, when you go into business with family members, you know, you think everything all sweet and everything's all cool, and then they kind of mess you over. That's another topic, but you know, you get what I'm saying. So, but you got that contract there, like, hey, this is what we talk about, this is what we know. So, I like, yeah.
Do you? So now that you guys are doing it, do you think others should do it? Like, should it be a standard for everyone?
That's tricky.
Yes, because if you're just trying to have fun, you're not really looking for anything past a medium to long term, then nah. If you're just trying to be out there in these streets, not needed. But if you're looking to make like a time commitment with somebody, then I would say absolutely. I wouldn't do anything medium to long term without one. I'm not doing it.
I think the other thing to consider with that is some people don't know how to be honest with themselves. So having a contract would force something on them that they need to have worked out beforehand. Meaning, like, you need to know before you do anything like this who you are as a person and what you're going to bring to any dating situation or relationship that you're in. And unless someone can truly identify that and be ready to address that and come to terms with that, a dating contract is not going to be helpful for them.
You just made me think of something. Like, so I think it helps stop people from moving the goalposts too as well. Because sometimes, because sometimes you come into a relationship, hey, I need this, I need this, I need this. All right, cool. You hitting all that. Now when you hit all that, and then you say, hey, you not meeting this expectation. Now you can go back, hey, but you didn't write that on the contract. So you know what I'm saying? So because you know how sometimes when you tell somebody they doing wrong, they like say, well, you doing wrong too, and blah 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 blah. But you like, hey, that wasn't on the contract. So you know what I mean? If that was important to you, you would have put it on from the beginning. Or you would have amended it later. You'd be like, oh, well, I'm thinking about this by yourself compared to just saying it, just coming up with something like, oh, well, because you been told you doing something wrong. So, like,
but then, so if somebody, let's say, they're not following the contract, do y'all just pull it out and be like, well, on here
on this day,
right,
on
like,
3B,
are you guys that formal with it, or how does that work?
Okay, to answer that question, we also need to answer the question about what's in the contract. So, cool, if we go there?
Yeah.
Well, yes, that is the next question.
Okay, so we started out by writing, on this date, left it blank, put both of our names in it, and then we added freely and willingly enter into a binding agreement of dating. So next we started with the terms. I wanted to introduce a duration into it, and I'll tell you what the duration is. It was from the date that we signed it to January 1st, 2024.
Okay.
And there was a reason for that for me. If you recall earlier, I had said that I had already had let me back up. When I started planning things in my life, that's when I started seeing goals that I had set for myself getting hit. That's when I started seeing things really moving up.
Exactly.
Meeting somebody wasn't in that plan. So I was trying to figure out how I can still meet my goals, but still work within this dating contract, work within dating her, work within growing myself, watching her grow while she's growing, and then the things that we could do to help each other. So I chose a date that was before my daughter was to graduate high school to give myself another year and some change, that if the contract ended the duration and we did not extend it, then we revert to friends, and that's that. So let's start with the duration. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some comments about that one.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to take in, revert to friends.
Yep.
So you guys have, I should say, a good set of friends that you trust like that?
No, she's talking about them. They would become
friends
Yeah,
between
we would
us.
be friends.
We
Just
would
as
revert to
friends.
friends,
Mhm.
like to where we're dating exclusively. It's monogamous. It's just her and I. There's no other people in the picture. That when that day comes, if we are still together, nobody's terminated that joint early, then at that time we can choose to extend if we both agree to. We can choose to extend, or at that date, if there is no extension, it cuts and we are no longer
dating. We're just friends.
We're just friends.
So how about y'all just don't be friends no more if y'all not gonna date?
Oh, that's a common question.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, for me, I still have a level of friendship with the majority, like 90% of the people that I dated in the past. Like, there's still people that I can, not saying, if I'm stranded on the side of the road, that there are people that I'm going to call per se, but there's still people that I have a good, in the loosest term of the word, friendship. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so it could be on good terms, but if you guys were exclusively dating and then now you're not, then I don't think it will be fair to the person that you do settle with to be friends with somebody like that.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's a fair point. So let's say we get to that point and that happens. All right. How, and I'm going to say, for example, from my standpoint, how her and whoever if she goes to and move, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not just going to assume, like, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not sure how I'm going to be in 5 to 10 years from now. But even according to myself right now, if you ask me, I don't plan on getting married again. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sitting next to somebody who, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but she would like to get married again.
Again?
I'm not again. I'm sorry. For the first time. Right? Yeah. So, however, that person, like, if we were to end and she gets into a relationship that progresses towards something and that person doesn't like how we operate together, that's fine with me. My take on it is this: I look at her as somebody who I respect as a person. So to revert back to just being friends and having that respect for her, it's still somebody that, like, as she's doing things in the community or whatnot, because she does stuff around Christmas to help people, with different things or whatnot, I would still like to be involved in that kind of capacity, as long as I was able to. Now, if she's with somebody and that person doesn't like our level of friendship, I have to respect that.
Yeah.
I have to respect that and just say, hey, your person don't like how cool we are, whatever, fine. Do you? Salute, good luck.
But I think that even y'all coming up with the contract and kind of like being on the same page, I don't think y'all have to worry about that too much, because it seemed like y'all kind of already on like a similar wavelength. Mm-hmm. So I think y'all will kind of be able to make it, and not have to worry about that. Honestly, they're just me, just like looking and talking to you guys and stuff. So
okay, so we have other questions on here. Someone mentioned no time to waste.
No miscommunication. Yeah.
All right, and then let's see right here.
There you go.
JT says, does the contract exclude dating other people in that time frame?
Yes, mm-hmm. We were into. I actually didn't think about that. She was the one who had asked me, and I was like, hey, look, I'm not a juggler. I think it takes too much resources and time, especially when you use somebody on your purpose. Like, I have a 9-to-5. Outside of my 9-to-5, I'm trying to get better in my fitness. I am a dad. I do online content and stuff as well. So to try and juggle multiple people, personally, for me, I ain't got time for that. I'm not that kind of dude anyway. So when she brought it up, it was no question. I was like, well, yeah, like, monogamy's what I would want.
Yeah.
Same. Okay. I can't juggle. I have ADHD and my mind is all over the place. I can't handle that. I don't need to be trying to balance and understand like what's happening. One person. Okay.
Yep. So we put that in writing in the contract.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's cool. It's like you get to focus on each other more which will be better to make sure that you guys feel that you are the one for each other as well. And Press says accountability and one's expectations with a end goal in mind, whether that be marriage and family. Bella asks, how long have you two been dating? And I believe maybe on this dating contract, right? How long y'all been dating when y'all since y'all signed?
October 20th. Oh, I'm good with dates. I'm sorry.
I'm not. You asked me without looking, I'd be like,
Your face was like, you said.
I was like, please answer. Please answer.
It was a Thursday.
Oh damn.
It really was. It was a Thursday. The weather was kind of nice, typical autumn weather.
Damn, she got the weather. James, when was our first day of dating? What day was that?
Don't answer.
I know, right?
It was a day that ended in Y.
Yeah, I know, right? I was gonna say it's a day when it had a day behind it or something.
Our relationship started July 23rd, 2013.
See how quick they can do that, James?
See, we got.
I can't do it.
We gotta save the world. We got.
Slay dragons and shit.
People that need food.
Aries on IG says it'll expose their character.
Yeah.
It will. I completely agree with that.
Okay. What's up, David? How are you doing? Thanks for being here. He asked, are you intimate during getting to know you stages?
Okay, so we anticipated being asked that. Now, we included terms about intimacy into our contract. Smart. But because of the nature of her job and her position, we decided not to include what those terms were or really talk about that because of the respect that she has to maintain between her job and what she does. So the short answer to that is yes, those terms were included in there, but we can't really get into it because of her position and what it is that she does.
It makes sense.
Yeah, yep.
Definitely. I love your answer. Bella says, I remember the day and weather of the first date with my husband. Haha, she's fire.
Hey.
Thank you, Bella.
Nice.
Hey, if anybody would have told me, hey, I'll give you $1,000 if you remember y'all first date, I'm down $1,000 because I ain't gonna be able to get it.
I didn't even know what car was driving back then.
So I'm gonna end it on the intimacy part with the comment on here. It says, generally, I try to exclude intimacy so that I can get a good understanding of the person.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a bad idea, right? Terms of what we had were very similar, and it keeps the
innocence. I would say innocence.
It lets you know if you're about the person and not just for sexual reasons. So if you can really respect somebody and admire somebody without sex, then y'all know that y'all got a strong connection.
Yeah.
Can I talk about this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was going to add to it. So there's the way we kind of broke down the contract, he did one part and then I did another part. And on the part that he did pertaining to that question, what I really loved, so on my website, I have blogs, I have other things, like I've written books and things along that line. What I love and like swooned immediately, he went to my blogs, he went to my own content and he pulled them and he linked them because it's a Google Doc. So he linked them into our contract. And to me, I'm reading that and I'm reading through the contract and I'm like, those are my words. Like you took the time, which is something that's so important to me. You took the time to be able to go and read through all of my content. Now, mind you, I have like 400 some odd blogs on my page. Yeah. He went through and he read every last one of them.
Wow.
Somewhere between finding out who I was and then maybe like 2 weeks of knowing me, somewhere in between that time, he went and he read all of my content, watched any videos I had on YouTube, watched any any sermons that I had preached, he went and he listened to every single one of them, read every single inch of content that I have available on social media. All of my pages are public. He went through and he read everything. And to me, I'm like, that is amazing. Like, thug tear. Like, that is so amazing. I absolutely loved it. So the fact that in the contract he linked all of them in there, it was significant to me.
Hey, I was Inspector Gadget in that joint. I'm
know,
like,
right?
if I'm going to invest hey, look, to everybody out there listening, in my opinion, time is your most precious resource. So I'm like, if I'm going to invest time with somebody, I'm going to let them know that, hey, I know I see this on what you've written and things like that. And also, too, I wanted to keep in mind that that was a moment in time for you. Things that you may have written 2 years ago applied to you then, yet there's still some remnants of that make up who you are. So as I was wanting to link that in there, I wanted her to have an understanding of, I can understand maybe why you wrote that then. This is why I want to put this in the contract now, so that we have a good framework of where to go going forward.
Right. Okay. So we have just a few minutes here with this lovely couple on the dating contract topic. So please stay until at least they are, answering a lot of great questions. James, you got a question before I answer this? Ask this one.
Oh yeah, I got one question. How did you get your girl to watch football with you, man? I just want to know.
Hey, that's one of the things that had attracted me to her. She was already a football fan, so that was easy peasy. It wasn't. I've seen people fake liking something until they get their hooks in the other person, and then it goes, I wasn't really interested. I had seen other relationships work that way. So the fact that we were already fans of the same team, that was just a feather in the cap.
Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely. I don't know why he talking about that mess. I used to watch it.
Used to. You hear that?
And I used to do one of the jobs. What's that job? Downs marker job. When he used to play football, I was all in it, right on the field.
Yeah.
What'd you play, James?
I was playing flag football, man. So I play all sports. I play basketball, volleyball, everything.
Okay.
We from the South. We do everything. So
yes,
I was just about to say, like, y'all are related. I'm done questioning this. Y'all are related. Y'all are from the same state, like both service. No, y'all
both
are related.
In the military. Right? Yep.
Both light skin and stuff. I see that.
That's your cousin. That's your cousin.
Hey,
Okay?
when you down south, everybody your cousin. Hey, man, that's my cousin them over there.
And we got our beards going and everything, man.
Yep.
It's like when I had kids, I just stopped even watching basketball. I don't focus much on it because it's like the kids be in my focus. So I told him the other day that I gotta try to like switch that back and like still enjoy more than just my kids and my, literally in my view. So that's really kind of adjusting.
You don't believe it. I remember we was hooping. I was hooping on base. I scored like 30 points in the game. And I was like, babe, you seen the game? She was like, nah, I was on my phone. I was like,
that's not true. Come on. That's not true. I was talking to somebody on the bench.
See, she was talking to somebody else. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm going hard. I'm thinking she watching and stuff. Like, she was doing her thing.
Yeah, with 100 games I've been to. Okay. Anyway, so let's see. It's Party Lime said, I was about to ask James if Lady Di watches. Yeah. Yes, please hit that like button and share. So now I guess we could talk about if there's a penalty. Is there a penalty if someone breaks the contract?
Actually, we more talked about if the terms weren't honored. So to better answer that question, we put like from King to Michelle, this is what I'm coming to you with, right? And then she had the opportunity to ask questions, get some things clarified and everything like that. And then when we were good with that, she went into from her to me, the things that she had on her mind and the things that she would do for herself, for me. And I had the same thing. I could question her, ask clarifying things, and go from there. But when it comes to how things would go if it was understood, for me, it was, hey, if I'm not giving you what I said that I was going to do, say it to me. And then at that point, it's for me to decide if I can do that or not. And she has an opportunity to say, this can't work out. Boom, she's out. Vice versa was the same way in the way that I understood it. So really the penalties came, we put a lot into it up front, knowing that some things may get changed, may, need to be amended down the road. But we put a lot in it up front that for the goal of not having it work out, but more to amend things. And if anything, with the contract, it's a way to be able to communicate. Because look, women and men communicate differently, right? Yeah. And everybody that's out here listening will probably agree with that. So it gives us a common way to come back and communicate, just to make sure that we're on the same page about things together.
I like that better because it's kind of like a catch-all type of deal. Because I would think of something like, hey, you got to say this, but I like that because sometimes you might not be thinking about exactly what you want to say or what you want to put at it against. Okay, I got you. I like that.
I don't think it's explicitly in the contract, but we had 2 automatic stops. So one, respect is big for King. So if he ever feels like there's no respect in the relationship, he's gone.
I'm out.
Point blank.
And
period.
I put that clear.
Yeah.
That is just written down.
So that's his thing. So that's like, we're done. Like there's not even an explanation behind it. We're just done. And the friendship too, because he doesn't disrespect.
I don't like disrespect.
It's a big thing for him, which I totally get. And I have my hard stops as well. One big thing for me is being seen and being acknowledged. And that's a hard stop for me. If I don't feel that way, I'm going to leave because I'm going to lose interest. I'm just going to walk away. And we understood that about one another. And I feel like it's in there in some capacity. So that was something that was important to us. Point blank, period. This happens, we're gone.
So okay, that sounds good, except when, how do I say? So me and James been married for a while. And every year we, learn stuff throughout the year about each other that we didn't really know, right? So the way how he is feels disrespected, it could be very obvious, like don't yell at me, don't do this. But then what if you do something that you don't think is disrespectful, but he feels it is? King, how do you handle that? Because some people are not aware of everything that may disrespect you, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, and that's an excellent question. One of the things that I admire about her, she's good about checking in, right? Good. So she's asking questions. She's trying to understand me. She's trying to read me so that if there's anything that comes up, she's not going to be a surprise about it. For example, did you find out that I don't like having my head touched, or did I just voluntarily tell you that?
You voluntarily told me that. But so anytime if I'm going to, that's something that he's had with him for a while. Anytime that I would like to, for one reason or another, I ask. I don't just go and assume that it's okay because, we're dating. Oh, it's okay. I'm excused from that rule. No, I still try to respect him by doing that. But no, you told me.
Yep. So Lady Di, she asks questions. She checks in. She's, in my opinion, good at reading and anticipating. I try to do the same thing with her. And because of that, if there is something, I'm vocal about saying something, and I would give her a little bit of grace in that.
Yeah.
And then at that point, if it's just in one ear and not the other, gone.
Okay. Got it. I love the answer. Yeah. And the same question goes for you. I know we got probably
I can go about another 12 minutes.
Right. Okay. So this is the last question. Well, I just want you to answer for yourself, Michelle, and then I have one last question. So for you, you said that you're big on attention. What is it? Not attention, but making sure that you're seen. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, what if for the whole day you guys were together for at least half the day, and then an hour, 2 hours out of that time frame, he decides to go in his space for that time and not be with you, and didn't let you know. He just got caught up into what he was doing. And then when you text him, he never texts you back, but he's really wrapped up into something. Would you take that as you're not being seen, or, he's not giving you attention? And would you think that's, something that's breaking the contract?
I wouldn't think of it like that. Again, kind of piggybacking off of what he said. Oddly enough, 2023 is my year of grace. So I'm already anticipating that I'm going to be put in situations where I just got to extend a lot of grace. But I'm at a point in my life, because of so many things that, we've talked about, Lady Di, you and I have talked about on your show, because of some things that have happened to me in my past. I'm not about to sit and get, walked all over again. So I will, like King said, I will communicate that to you, that, this is how I felt in a particular situation. And if you can communicate back with me, like if we can have dialogue and discourse, we're good. We're fine and dandy. It's not the first time, it's repetitive behavior.
Okay, got it.
The first time, extend grace. Repetitive behavior, I'm done.
Okay.
I don't repeat things to kids. I'm not going to repeat things to an adult. So we're good.
That makes perfect sense, because I thought y'all was like, yeah, she disrespected me one time, I'm out of there.
Straight Baltimore up in this thing.
He
Road running this joint.
He said Baltimore, not Baltimore. He out.
Right? So, okay, let's get to know. All right. So Bella's question, and then I have my last question. So Bella asks, considering she wants to be married and King doesn't, where's the compromise, you two, if that's been discussed?
Actually.
All right, so I will take that. Let me get comfy now. So it's funny because I had a friend asked me that recently. The thing is, I believe, and this is what this show stands for, right? That there's a level of preparation that you need to have before you enter into a marriage. And I think that while portions of me may have been ready, there were still some things that I had to learn. Every single day that I've known him, I have learned something about him. I've learned something about who I am and about the things that I need to work on in order to completely step into a marriage. So even if King and I do not go on beyond January 1st, there's still so many things that I've learned during my time with him that I will be able to carry that on to my marriage. And I think that that's something that most people don't consider. Dating is a time to prepare you for marriage. Yes, ideally, it's dating the one person that you're eventually going to marry. I get that. But still, dating is supposed to prepare you for marriage. And that's what's happening. I'm learning a lot about myself, even during this time. And, being able to have conversations like this, I wouldn't have been here. I literally would not have been here. I would not be having this conversation with the two of you had we not entered into that contract. And this is still preparation. I look at everything in every day of my life as a learning experience. So while I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and it's still necessary for me.
Okay, so this will lead into my last question, which I love that you said that. So this is for King, pretty much. So if they break the dating contract, they will eventually break the marriage contract if you decided to go that route. So do you think this can help find loyalty in a person, King?
Will it help find loyalty in a person? That's a great question.
It's a great question. I love it.
So, yes, and here's why. Y'all are married. I have been married. A marriage is a contract, right? Mm-hmm. When I go back and I think about the things in my marriage that I did not do, there were things that because of negligence, whatever, that if it was written down, and this is the type of person I am, I'm like, okay, hey, if this is the contract, you can hold me to the things that I said, the things that we talked about, and the things that we adjusted. Because as you get older, priorities and thought processes are going to shift a bit. And if you're communicating that along the way, you're going to have those amendments and things as you get older. That's my opinion. I don't care if you've been together 20 years, 30 years, especially if you have kids. How you are when you have kids is one thing. When you become an empty nester, that's a whole different phase of life.
Exactly.
So to answer your question again, yes, I think that it will show your loyalty to that other person, and it also keeps you accountable to the things that you agreed to and the stuff that you put yourself.
Okay, good. So if Michelle does not break this contract and she follows it through and then some, right? When the contract ends, this is not a trick question. This is just like out of curiosity.
Hey, ask.
Because Michelle wants to be married, right? So if it works out and it exceeds your expectations, would you consider marrying her after that contract?
That is a very clear question. That is a very specific, and you can't go outside of a yes or no. The short answer is yes. That's the short answer.
Oh,
As
This is my surprise.
a logical person,
mhm.
that's the short answer.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot more that goes into that
Exactly.
that I'm thinking about that has nothing to do with her. I tell her, look, this is the most unromantic thing to say. I've told her to her face, and Michelle, I'm not going to apologize for this. I've said, I have things that I like to do, and you're not a part of it.
You know, he did. He flat out said that. It's totally fine.
What?
And most people might hear that and feel some type of way, yet, you know, it's me being honest, it's me being open, it's me being transparent. Shout out to the Real Precious for that. As long as I'm honest with you, as long as she's honest with me, like, then we can make this thing work out. And to your question, I don't want to say it and then like there's hope. Yet, if I'm being honest myself, there is a possibility.
Yeah, it's, I understand. It's not really about hope to me. It's just that, like what Bella mentioned, someone wants this and the other person doesn't. So I don't want her to feel, if she's probably not, but that's just me being a woman, her to feel like she's just dating you just to date you. This show, we talk about dating to marriage. So I had to ask that because I know that's what she wants. So it's just to have an understanding, just for you guys too. So
yes. And something that I'm going to add, all right? I also saw this as an opportunity for us, instead of dating not fully healed, and for me, like being in the street, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Not really on my purpose. I saw this as an opportunity to exclude all of the outside noise. And if she was for it, I was for it. Let's exclude the outside noise. Let's exclude what you doing text messages at 10 o'clock that can get you to drive, 45 minutes for something that, you get the 5-stroke special out and then that's it. So I'm like, this was an opportunity for us to focus on us individually. And then, hey, look, we get to that time, it don't work out. I wish her well. And hopefully, right, the things that she's learned, the things that I've learned, if you're going to go to that next step with somebody, you know what you're willing to put up with, what you're absolutely not going to do. And it makes it that much easier to make that decision about somebody as you're dating, as you're vetting, and you're looking to, take those next steps with somebody. I'm a logical person. I don't sound romantic to people at all, but it's just how I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I know y'all have to leave, so I just have one little quick thing. I think what y'all doing is good. I think it's going to be healthy because y'all kind of healing together.
Yes.
Exactly.
And and that's what me and my wife had to do too as well. So I was going through stuff. She was kind of going through her issues too as well. So, it kind of helped us out. But I know y'all have to head out. But it was nice talking with y'all again.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to put this out here publicly. In the summer when the kids ain't in school, man, and y'all got time, let's make sure to link up again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
For sure, man.
For sure. So any last words? And then, I know you got somewhere to be.
I'll let you go and then I'll finish.
Okay. I will say this. It sounded so unconventional to do it, but I feel like it's the healthiest thing that I could have done at this point in my life. I am grateful for it. I'm also a person who tries to find the good in everything. So I love this. I love this opportunity to grow. And something that he mentioned is that you're kind of like in a tunnel and you're able to do this and kind of silence out the rest of the world. So I'm appreciative for this time to be able to grow. So thank you. Okay. I appreciate you.
You're
You're pretty
welcome.
dope.
Oh,
Thank you.
I love this. It's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I really don't have anything different. Her sentiments and the things that she just said, without me trying to fill in air, that's exactly what I would have said as well. So I don't have anything to add. And Michelle, I want to say thank you as well.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
nice.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this couple. His page is linked to the description. Definitely click on it, subscribe to his page. Michelle also has a YouTube too. I need to add that, and you subscribe to her as well. But we will have them on here again. Don't leave, you guys. I'm just gonna remove them from the stream because they have somewhere to be. But enjoy, you guys. This night, you guys look great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye,
See you
y'all.
all. Bye.
Bye. Nice. So yeah, that's pretty interesting, y'all. Dating contracts. So it looks like it's working for them. I don't know if you guys are into all of that. What's up, Dusto?
Brian Shaw in the building.
Hey, Sherm. What's up?
What's
Hey,
up,
chat.
Sherm?
Much love and respect. What's up, yo? Bella Ring says enjoyed.
I'm telling jokes to lots of folks.
Uh-oh.
Say,
Hold
hey
on.
Siri,
Let's
make
see
me
it.
laugh.
Hey Siri, we ain't talking to you. All right.
Bella enjoyed the show. Thanks. Now they gotta go, but I definitely could have asked, and I don't know if you asking me, Menalik, what's up, yo? To bust your bubble, would you swap husbands and wife for one day? There was a show like that,
Yeah,
wife swap,
I can't do that.
and trading
No, I'm good.
spaces. Like no, trading spaces. There was 2 shows that was about that. You said you wouldn't do that.
No, I can't. That's a headache. You taking on, especially if they want to swap. That means something wrong. Like, like I'm gonna go take his headache. You know, like,
You're
I'm
gonna
good.
take his headache. I'm done.
straight.
Oh wow. Okay. No, I'm not interested. That's too much for me. David says, wouldn't it be logic to vet her for a year before the contract? Yeah. You could definitely do that. I just think that their dating contract is very exclusive, so they spend a lot of time together. When you vet somebody, those are just like you're going out having a whole bunch of conversations. But I think they do way more than having those conversations. They actually enjoy each other's company and other things that they're doing. So, but I do agree in a way to that. Melanie Lex says, I love her thought process mindset. She is very well spoken.
Yeah,
Yes,
facts.
she
Yeah,
is.
I like
Yes,
that.
she is. Aaron Donald for president. That's what you called him?
Yeah, we call me. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to end it just yet, you guys. I do have some comments I wanted to read. But in the meantime, James, you have something to say about the live so far?
Yeah, no, it was actually a good live, man. I think it's we kind of, especially in times today, we kind of got to be more practical about our situation. Oh, and this also this actual King Smith page. So if y'all don't see it, and this is Michelle's page. So y'all please go support them. Hopefully they make it, man. I'm rooting for them, honestly. I definitely, this was the reason why we started this channel, because we needed to see more married couples. Because me and my wife, we was holding it down for like the last 9-10 years now. But it was like we was looking at people like, yo, like trying to help them out,
Yeah.
like at my job, like, or going out and I'm seeing people talking to young women, I'm talking to young men, and just trying to, just trying to get them,
Yeah.
get them together, get them on the right path. And it was just people we so lost with this dating thing. So I think it's actually not a bad idea, honestly, in the times today. I think it'd be hard for an 18, 19-year-old to do it because they really don't know what they want. But if somebody's more mature, they're actually practical about what they're doing, I think that it shouldn't be no issue. So
yeah, I like that you said that it could be a great thing for someone who feels that they need it. like if you're new to dating, like what James was saying, we started this page not only to just shed light, but we seen a big like a lot of issues in our community of people who are even married. They don't have it together. And I'm just talking about with each other. The marriage is great, but they are not. And it'd be like little silly things to me that became really big.
Yeah.
So it like changed their character and all of these red flags just popped up, but they don't even know how to fix it. They're just like, you know what? We're just going to stay together. And then they're just miserable. And then you got some people that'll just end it right away. But then some of them had kids that was involved. So it does take a while to kind of figure it out when you are already married, but it's not the end of the world. I do believe anybody can change if they want to. Remember it. So if you're both you guys are expressing things that need to happen and change, then that means that you guys will work together to make it happen. You don't always have to have a marriage counselor, a marriage coach, or anything relationship. You don't always have to have that. The best way to fix your marriage is you two. So communication is like number one. So if you want to go to therapy for to learn communication, like for example, me and James, we actually help couples learn how to communicate with each other. So you have the baseline of communication, and then you have how to communicate with one another because everybody hears and sees things differently. So we will help anyone who needs that to diagnose, dissect, however you want to put it. What is it how do you communicate to this person and vice versa? And then teaching how to communicate. Because if you can get that down, a lot of relationships and marriages
it's easy.
It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody's going to be agreeing every moment of the time. That's not even life. That's not realistic. Yeah. And you shouldn't be mad because someone doesn't agree. That's just, okay, well, that person has a different perspective and respect it as long as it's not disrespecting you. So if you really have issues in your relationship or your marriage, definitely try to reach out to us. We do free live shows where we could just, talk about it, or you could book us in the back end. But yeah, it's just so much to it.
They have some fun, you know what I'm saying? We have tell little jokes on the show, stuff like that. So we good. Oh, he said laugh. He said so much for excitement. That junk ain't exciting, brother. You'll deal with somebody else's headache.
But then it's supposed to make sure I think the show was made to like everything's not greener on the other side. So that's kind of like what it is. Thanks, David. Thank you so much. That's what's up. Yes.
Hey, what's up, Big?
Big, you late for real, but it's okay. I don't normally go live on Saturdays anymore. And if you haven't heard me say last night, I went live. Yeah, last night I was saying that we're gonna start going live once a week, every Friday. Think of like a nice sitcom. You wait a whole week to watch it. That's how we're gonna do it here. I had to kind of like bring it back some because I'd be super busy on here, but I need that work-life balance, y'all.
Tell the truth. I was losing too much weight, y'all, because I wouldn't have no food because she was spending all the time with y'all. So that's the
Oh my gosh. But no, I definitely need a good work-life balance. So I think that would be better. And then, bring more excitement to the live. You haven't seen me every day. So I will be still on other lives sometimes, but it's going to be mostly we're doing once a week. And we might pop up on a Saturday like we did today. But Jones Boy 804, what's up? He says, I've definitely got to watch from the beginning to understand how it became with them having the concept of relationship contract. And even agreeing, many around my age would probably look at me crazy.
Yeah. But honestly, man, if you get a woman that wants to do that, man, that means she's serious to me, honestly. So, that could be like, hey, like, she's mature and she wants to get somewhere. So that's good. I know Anisha, the lady Di, was telling me that she wanted to get married by a certain period of time when we was like 22 when I started dating her. So.
Yeah, I did have my own like limit because I wasn't trying to get like, I'm already young and I gotta wait 10 years to get married. I'm not doing that. Let's see. Awesome to see that. Yeah. Monique says James kind of looked like Roy Jones.
Hey, y'all owe me, man. I need to. You would be glad I can't see your picture.
Actual King Smith says we brought that up today. It's okay to disagree as long as you're respectful to each other.
Facts.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank you. Impressed. I like what she said. Thank you. Somebody agrees. I gotta get John. Gotta get my wife back. Yeah, you're right. Okay. A mature woman who agrees would. Yeah, facts. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, but this was actually a great live. You know, I'm gonna try to come here more. You know what I mean? And
yeah, we have more time to like plan when we do it this way, doing it once a week to have a
great show.
Because let me say, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I come on these lives, I make the topic, I got my questions. Sometimes I don't. And then before I get on here, I'm like rushing. I never take time to like 30 minutes before the live, get everything I want to say, not everything I want to say, but how to like properly make sure everything's going in order, with my line of questions or whatever. I just literally hop on here and it'd be like, I'll be winging it this whole time. I wing it, but it's the winging of, what's natural. So everything that I come out and say is very transparent. As y'all know, like when I start my live, I'll be a little shaky because I never have it actually planned. So I want to take the time to really plan it and have a better stream. But I know you guys are liking it so far, but we're going to try to make it better. So
I salute King Smith, man. It was a pleasure talking with you guys, man. I love the conversation. It's always deep, man. Those are deep people. They are great people to see in person. So we had a great time when we was out. We had laughing, joking around. They imparted wisdom on us, and we did the same. So it's always a pleasure. Y'all always welcome on the channel in life. We invite y'all to the house one day. I just gotta paint some walls. Gotta finish painting a couple things, so and y'all can come over.
Yeah, sometimes we could talk about, we do real estate over here. We don't really talk about it as much on the channel, but one day we'll bring it out and share some things that we have. What's up, Miss Faye? How are you?
How you doing?
How are you? Me and her have similar stories. I remember she was saying some stuff. So yeah. But so we're gonna end this live unless someone wants to ask a question or wants to maybe join. Just let me know. We'll give it a few more minutes. But y'all get more content not going live so much too.
Yeah, like more people coming into it.
Yeah, exactly. Or I should say better quality content. Yeah, and that's my goal. Because I've been, on almost a lot of platforms, which is great. But I really got to take my time and really come up with some great things. Because me and James came up with many things to do on this channel, and we haven't even done it. We haven't even done it. We just be on the live, but we got so much we want to do. And I think that you all deserve to see it and to just, get other perspectives and, other, different type of content. So yeah, I appreciate everyone who rocking with us so far.
And she got to edit. I got a lot of videos I made. She has to edit, y'all. So it's not me. I'm making my content, guys. It's Lady Di holding me back right now.
It's true. I haven't even edited his videos. That's what I'm saying. I need time. It's Party Lime says, how's the watch hours looking? I imagine you'll be monetized very soon. Yeah, I need one more step, which is those hours. It's everybody I talk to always says, oh, they got the hours first. And I'm like, how? I got the subscribers first, quicker than I thought. But the hours is taking a long time. So that's why another switch is Party Lime that I wanted to put in and make sure that I'm getting that. It's so much that I have to do to bring that up. But that's my last step, and then we'll be monetized. So yes. But all right, y'all. So you guys enjoy this Saturday, and we will go live on Friday. Tomorrow I will be on Sir Hale's page. I think what is it, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I will be on his channel for a little bit tomorrow night, and then The Real Precious, I will stop by there on Wednesday, and Thursday I'm on Lapeef, and Friday I'm here. So that's what it's looking like this week. I just wanted to let you guys know if you wanted to follow me and watch me there. But all right, you guys have a good rest of your evening. Make sure you enjoy this time to, take time for yourself and do what you got to do before that Monday hits and everything gets hectic again. With that being said, you guys want to say?
All right, peace. All right, y'all, man. Y'all be safe.
Artlist.io.
I believe one day, I believe in the future. I believe
Music licensing reimagined.
I believe what you truly desire, you can bring to pass. All you need is a focus and a story to hold, and the faith that you can achieve what's inside your soul. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way,
Artlist.io.
gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. Know that you can make it. Hold it tight, cause they will try to take it.
Music licensing reimagined.
But whatever you do, don't let them break it. This moment's just a new chance to take into your own hands and shape the life you see inside your dreams. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get.
Artlist.io.
Someday we'll make it on. Someday we'll make it. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. In your heart there lives a dream for your soul to master.
Music licensing
From the moment that
reimagined.
you breathe, get to chasing after, yeah. All that you want, all that you ever dreamed. You can make anything of this life. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can someday try. We only try. No matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get
Artlist.io.
someday. Other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say. No matter what they say, we gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say.
Music licensing reimagined.
Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what we're gonna get. We're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what we say. Either way, we're gonna get better.
Artlist.io.